Okie dokie. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the NerdSpice Podcast Episode 4.
Hell yeah.
And
Heck
today
yeah,
I'm
heck yeah.
I'm with Tolga and
Hello.
Mitchell.
Hello. Welcome.
I'm pretty sure this is the same people for the second podcast, the second episode.
It's called commitment, all right? It's called
Yeah,
commitment.
right? God.
I mean, I wasn't at the anime one, but gaming, I'm here.
Oh
Yeah,
well,
you're not a true weeb anyway, Mitch.
It's getting there. Anyways, we can talk about my weebness on another day, I think.
I'm achieving true weeb. I have reached my ultimate form.
Okay, so let's jump right into it, yeah?
Yeah, let's go in. Let's do it.
Okie dokie. Let's jump
Sure.
with some games we're actually playing this week. So, Tolgs, have you played any at all?
No,
D&D doesn't count yet.
I mean, yes.
We
it
will
does.
talk about D&D in a sec. We'll start
No,
with the video games.
no. We'll start with the more
Video
mainstream
games. The video games.
part. No, not unfortunately, not really. But that's more so because I'm sort of just waiting for my pay to come in before I
Yeah.
before I go ham or anything. Actually, not even go ham. Just systematically pick and choose what I'm playing on like a monthly basis.
Ghost of Tsushima is my next.
Oh, yeah. That's
brand
going to be
new
a good
games.
game.
Oh, I'm very excited for that. What about you, Mitch?
Nothing too new. I actually jumped on some Halo Lasso campaign. So that's when you have like all the skulls and it's on Legendary. It's hard. I was doing that with my mate. Other than that, getting back into Destiny 2, doing the new quests and stuff for exotics.
Yeah, we've been playing Destiny 2 a little bit together earlier this week. I was pretty proud
got to
of
get the
us.
light level up, bro. We want to do that new dungeon. We got to get the new
my
gear.
God.
You know, you got
But,
to get into it.
We've already kind of spoken about Destiny.
Mm.
So I actually have been playing some games though.
Take it away.
I've been playing a couple games actually.
Oh, we're
yeah,
getting spoiled.
wow, shock and horror. Guess that's what happens when you go into a lockdown. You get bored and you spend $50 on games because there's a Steam sale.
For a second time, Melbourne crying.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Fucking whatever. Anyway, so I'm gonna start with the game that I've actually already played before, but it was years and years ago, and I decided to buy it again on PC, and that is Dark Souls 2.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Classic, yeah.
I'm one of the Dark Souls community part of the Dark Souls community that thinks Dark Souls 2 is hot garbage for a Souls game or for a Dark Souls game. When I say hot garbage, it's actually a really fucking good game.
In comparison
to the other Souls games, it's probably the weakest.
Well, because it was outsourced, correct?
Yes, it was outsourced. Yes. It wasn't done by the same director.
Okay.
So the look, I'm gonna say one thing. Going back into it, I'm having a really fucking good time.
Well, that's
I'm
good.
loving it, actually. I'm loving it so much, and I think it's because I played Dark Souls 2 back when I wasn't very good at the Souls games and hated every second of it, whereas, I'd play Dark Souls 1 and still kind of enjoy it.
Yeah.
Albeit in a very masochistic way. Dark Souls 2 just felt like actual torture.
Memories.
Yeah. But no, I'm really, really enjoying it actually. And I always talk with, I wish Leon was here because Leon would be perfect for this conversation because he's a massive
Leon's
Souls fan.
what you call a traitor and isn't here.
Yeah, I know. What a traitor.
Yeah.
But no, and Leon's one, I'm pretty sure Leon's favorite is actually Dark Souls 2.
So you could have had like a really a good head-to-head
debate. We've always
debate.
argued about this in different ways, and there's things that he says that I agree with, and things that I say that he doesn't really pay attention to because it's not what he looks at in a Souls game.
Right.
He loves the multiplayer side of it. He loves the PvP side of Souls.
Oh, shit.
Really?
Yeah. And it's like,
but
to be fair, the PvP side of it's really fun in Souls.
I mean, it's fair, but it's just
I mean,
It,
w-
normally,
It's different.
like,
It's
yeah,
different.
it's one of the more unique features
yeah.
that someone
Mm.
that sticks out in terms of the Souls games. Like normal,
Well, I think the thing is though, I'm gonna be real. The best PvP in any Souls game, and Leon is the one who says this, and I agree with him, is Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 2's
Right.
PvP is the best because
I
it has
just
the
never
most
really thought
option.
of Dark Souls as a PvP game.
Oh,
It primarily isn't. Like, in order to
Yeah.
actually be good enough, you have to go through the single player game.
Hmm.
yes.
Like,
So I wouldn't
in
even
order
get
to
there.
get the right
Oof.
weapons, etc. But the good thing with Dark Souls 2 was there was so much option compared to the other games. Like,
Option
the other
how?
games had very little option. Like you got so many different like unique builds you can make. The weapon variety is amazing in it. Especially in Dark Souls 2. Especially in
Okay.
Dark Souls 2. And like some of the stuff you can just combine with it is just really phenomenal with Dark Souls 2, whereas like Dark Souls 3 is a bit more straightforward in it. And Dark Souls 1 there's just not as much variety because it's the older of the three games, you know.
Yes.
You're gonna get less variety. But yeah, I don't know. Dark Souls 2, in my opinion, the flaw with Dark Souls 2 for me was the bosses are fucking shit.
Right.
And that's what I love in Dark Souls is the single player side. I don't look
Yeah.
for the PvP side. And
Right.
like there is a massive community there, and a lot of people do love Dark Souls for its PvP specifically.
So
But
what was different about the bosses in Dark Souls 2 than the others that made them shit in your head, in your twisted little mind?
Dark Souls 2 went the route of quantity versus quality. In Dark Souls 1 and in Dark Souls 3, there are a lot less bosses. And so the bad ones don't stand out as much because you're not dealing with a crap ton of them. They tend to have a lot of really good bosses. Like, whereas you look at Dark Souls 2, there are so many bosses. There's a lot of filler bosses. Like, a lot of filler bosses. And some of them are just fucking stupid.
So it's like Naruto series, but the game just has a lot of filler.
Yeah. With the bosses in particular, like, you know, I can name like a few. Like, there's one called the Covetous Demon. It's literally Jabba the Hutt.
Oh my god, that's so funny. That's,
You know Covetous Demon.
I like how that's the. I mean, that's the perfect one to reference in terms of
It's the worst, probably the
Yeah.
most boring boss you could ever do. It's just a boss for the sake of being a boss, right?
It's just become you just become a strafe pro. That's all that is.
You don't. There's no actual, you know, fun like. Oh, I got to dodge this. I got to dodge.
No,
this.
it's
stand
just
back for a
strafe.
little bit, hit a fuck ton. You know, it's very boring in that sense.
Yeah.
Or like for example, there's the boss I forget the name. I think it's called the Rat King or something.
That
and
is
it's
a
essentially
Destiny
just
2 gun.
Fucking no, it's a fucking horde of rats. It's just a horde of rats. and
Yeah.
it's fucking boring.
Okay, so these bosses obviously haven't changed, but you're saying you're having a really great time.
Yeah. And I think that is because I'm so much better at the Souls series now. So I'm just enjoying the
You just enjoy being good at the game.
No, it's just the in-betweeners just seems a lot less... Because it's a lot less frustrating because I'm not getting knocked back as much.
Right.
Because I've gotten better at the mechanics. Like, there was a boss when I first got Dark Souls 2 that I struggled with for literal days, and it is the second boss in the entire game. And, like, I'm going to just say to people before they get shitty with me, because I struggled with this boss. This was, like, the second Souls game I ever played, but I hadn't finished Dark Souls 1 at that point. I'd played most of it,
No.
and then I had to trade it in, and so I never got to finish it. And so when Dark Souls 2 came out, I was like, I really want to get it, so I got it. And so I wasn't as good. I hadn't played a Souls game in fucking years, so I was shit at it, and I wasn't good with the mechanics. So going back now that I'm very good at the mechanics, or much better at the mechanics, like that boss that I hated and fucking hated, I beat it on my second go. First go was because I had to get used to the parry timing of the shield I was using. soon as I got that parry down, boom, done.
Right.
But like, it's kind of a marvel because, like I said, although it's like weaker out of the Souls games compared to all the Souls likes that have come out. It's still a fucking phenomenal game. You know, like it's just that thing of the Souls series has such a high tier,
High benchmark.
it's just got such a high benchmark.
Yeah.
That although it kind of just tips below that benchmark.
Yeah.
But if you put that benchmark compared to any other Souls-like game, it passes it in fucking flying colors.
That's the thing. If you make a franchise that has such a high standard, like you can really fall from grace quick. And it's not really that you've put forward a bad game. It's just that it wasn't up to what people wanted, you know?
Yeah.
Last of Us 2 is probably an example of that.
Dark Souls 2 was that, and then thankfully they came out and went, well, the reason why this was not as good is because we've been focusing on Bloodborne. Bloodborne takes the stage, and is one of the best games to come out of this generation.
Yes, definitely. Yes.
Anyway, so that was my experience with Dark Souls 2.
Yeah, you had another one?
I have another 2, mister.
Oh, we're so spoiled.
I was
audience
just gonna say that's sort of in speaking of again, when you make a game at such a high caliber, that's sort of the problem that occurred with Last of Us Part 2.
Isn't that what I just said?
Is that what you said?
Yes.
I didn't even hear you say that. I'm gonna be honest.
Dude,
It's alright, guys. It's alright. I'll get ignored.
Yeah. If you said it, I totally was not listening.
I didn't hear it either.
It's just my life. I'll say something, and then people will be like, "You know what, guys? What about this?" And I just kind of roll my eyes and go back into my little hub and cry.
Like what I'm saying is, Dark Souls 2 is kind of like the goat simulator of the Dark Souls franchise.
For the love of God. You know what? That joke is gonna get so old for all of us.
I'm done already.
No, Goat Simulator is mortal, and it will never die.
This episode is sponsored by From Software. Please take our money.
That's not how it works.
You can't get
It is
sponsorship just by claiming it's a sponsorship.
If I drill them hard enough, then they'll eventually give us free
The
games.
developers from there are just like, they said it.
Honest to God, though, I would sell my body to get early access to any From Software.
You would sell your body for $10 and an apple.
We spoke about this earlier this week. The whole visceral explaining of what you do.
You listen to me. I will sell my body to get some early access on Elden Ring. FromSoft, are you listening to me? I will do anything to any of your development staff.
Well,
I will do anything.
If they've hired any pimps
please.
in their
George
company.
R.R. Martin, do you hear me? Any weird kinky thing
Mitch,
you want me to do to you?
I think we need to kick
I'll do
Andrew.
So yeah. Also with the, I'm just gonna keep rolling.
Let's continue.
Okay, thank God.
Go on to the next step. Go on to the next game. Okie dokie. The second game I played, and I mentioned this to Tolga, was Wolfenstein 2.
Yes.
Wolfenstein, did you say?
Wolfenstein 2, yes.
Okay.
How are you finding it? Because I've played through. I've obviously done that.
Yes. I didn't get it when it first came out because it got a really mixed reception. That game.
Yes, and that was primarily because the campaign is super short. But also it was very difficult. The difficulty apparently was really it didn't normal difficulty was fucking hard mode difficulty, and easy was what normal should have been. Yes.
And now
I was actually going to mention this to you when you brought it up to me, but anyway, continue.
Well, they updated the game and changed the difficulty.
Oh really?
Oh, did they actually?
Yeah. So normal difficulty is now what normal should have been.
So did they add an extra one at the end?
I think so. I'm not too sure.
I'm actually not too familiar with Wolfenstein series and Wolfenstein 2, and other people might not be too. Could you just explain it to me?
Oh,
just the game as a
well,
if you're gonna sell it to me.
look, Wolfenstein is based in essentially a dystopian world where the Nazis won World War II.
Yes.
Right.
And it takes place. You're this guy called BJ Blazkowicz or Blazkowicz, whatever way you want to say it.
Sure.
And he was an American soldier, and he got at the beginning of the game. He got fucked up, and he's been kind of like a potato.
All right.
For
So it's just like
how many years has it been in the first game?
In
Tolga?
the first one?
Yeah. How many years had it been? He'd been for quite a number of years. So, like, essentially, Germany has taken over the world.
So what you're telling me is like this is like RoboCop World War II vibes.
No, it's more just, what if the Nazis won and run the world, and they had and the reason why they won essentially is because they had really advanced technology.
Right.
So it's like steampunk Nazi world.
And then RoboCop comes and kills them all.
I mean, he becomes RoboCop.
He pretty much becomes RoboCop in the second game.
One. Yes.
But anyway, so the first game ends with you getting fucked up.
Yes.
And he's fucking dying, or quote unquote dead by the end of the game.
He's wheelchair ridden.
Yeah, like
he can't. The
literally
whole
like just fucked. Anyway, the second game takes place, and the first mission is you in a wheelchair fighting Nazis. And can I just say that was
what do you mean you're in a wheelchair?
You're literally in a wheelchair,
wheeling around in a wheelchair with a fucking machine gun.
Oh my god, I love it. That's kind of like that over-the-top aggression.
Oh yeah, it's so over the top. It's done by
really
id
sells.
Software.
Yeah, it's kind of like the same selling point as Doom, where it's kind of like just
it's done by the same guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's that over-the-top action that really sells.
Yeah, and it's like the first game was made before Doom came out, and so to me the second one kind of went, hey, let's up the ante a little bit. Still not as crazy as Doom is.
I mean,
it's crazy, but it's still not as crazy as Doom.
Right.
Well, it's still not as crazy as Doom, but it's still out there. Like,
cool.
And I fucking love it. I'm loving every minute of it. I have some qualms with it, but that's more the story.
How much have you played of it?
I'm in the States, and I'm going to the Oberkommand.
Okay. Righto. So
anyway,
okay, you're getting to one of my favorite parts. It's got that game's always has a special place for me in my heart, just because one of the quotes from the second one is just one of my favorite quotes, because it perfectly sums up what's happening in terms of the characters. And essentially what it is they just ask one of the characters, "Oh, how do you feel?" And he just responds like a fucking freight train.
I'm not up to that part yet, I don't think.
Yeah. Just you'll know.
Oh no, I'm loving it. I'm loving every fucking minute of it. There are some characters where I'm just like, oh my god, this is just being overdone. I'm fucking done with it. And that's the new character. I forget her name.
Yeah, that's all right. Fair enough.
She's just fucking. She's very stereotypical 60s black woman.
Yeah, see,
and that's not me trying to pull out some racism stuff, but it's very stereotypical.
I love how quick you were to backtrack on that. The way the world is.
No, but it's like, name a stereotype.
Oh no, it's 100%. I agree.
Of that race.
No, like
and
it's like
it is very much that stereotype, like the disco jive black woman. Like it's just
yeah.
It's really cringe.
No, I know what you mean. It's like how the Russian guy, for example, is the explosions expert or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like
they just play on generalizations and
it's
stereotypes.
They do have that, but I think with this one, it's very egregious. This one, it seems really egregious, because every character that is African American in that game is played up to the stereotype max. They've all got the big afros.
The whole point of it, though, is that when when Germany took over, it's similar to Fallout. Like Fallout, there was nuclear war, so you're still in that you're still in that like
You're still
old
in that
future
era,
type
but like
stage.
it's just like
It's the same for Wolfenstein, the New Order.
of course, you're still in that age, but
Yeah.
like I don't know, it just seemed like they were really pushing the stereotype
No,
real hard. And it was
I understand what you
cringe.
mean.
I don't think I still don't dislike the character. I thought I noticed that and I was like, it's really
No. You
stereotypical.
said
And like
it's a bit
I remember
hard
that
on
being
the
a bit of a like conversation starter and controversy when the game came out as well.
I know what you're saying. It's a bit like hard on the
It's a bit on the nose.
Yeah.
Anyway, but like otherwise fucking loving it.
See,
Really loving it.
my only gripe with that game, real gripe, was that it's a really short campaign, but there's more to the campaign if you collect all the intel in all the levels, and then you know how
Yeah, but like
Oh,
that's
you
so
collect-
fucking slow, man.
yeah, exactly. You
Not everyone's
collect all
gonna
the
do that.
intel, and then all the intel unlocks new missions where because you've got the intel to like now hunt down this person or that person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's my only gripe, because it felt like
because I'm like going through things and it's like saying that there's been time jumps and I'm like, what the fuck? But this is like the next mission.
yeah,
And I'm assuming that's where I've missed intel. I
yeah.
didn't even
So
know that was a fucking
just-
thing.
It's really annoying that they sort of lock the campaign behind collectibles,
Yeah.
because
That's really
Because
stupid.
people might not
can-
even
you
know
can-
about it. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
I didn't. I was not aware of it.
like you can still play the campaign and like you get the simple like A to B storyline. Like
Yeah.
you got the start, you got the end. You know the overarching
Yeah.
storyline is fine.
You got like
But then-
the season 8 ending of Game of Thrones. If it was season 8, I can't remember what it was. You got the rushed ending essentially instead of it being
Well,
thought
yeah.
out.
Well, not necessarily rushed. It's just you skip all the nuances in the middle. It's like Andrew was saying. It's like time skip. And it's like what the fuck were we doing on a submarine
Oh,
for 8 months or whatever?
Yeah, no, because it's like, oh, go do this, and like literally the scene before I did like this, there's a character on the submarine.
Yeah.
Right, and then I've gone and done this thing. Took me 5 seconds. Then went and talked to another another character, and then the next mission starts, and the character that was literally in the scene before is now in a cafe, and they're saying like, I've been here for a while, like essentially, and
Yeah,
all this
I've
stuff, and, like,
infiltrated
I was
the
like, wait.
Nazi. Like, yeah,
And it's like, wait a fucking second. What? You were
Yeah.
literally in the scene
just before.
like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And I've just gone and like flicked a switch.
Yep.
And come back. And now you've not been here for months? What?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not very linear, and it kind of it would be confusing, I would imagine.
Oh, yeah. I got
So
hella
confusing.
confused.
Andrew,
But no, it's still a really good game.
you need to
Hmm.
tell me when you get to the airship level, because
Okay.
holy shit, that is the hardest damn level.
Well, here's the
I have
thing. I'm
ever
doing
played.
normal, so it's
Yeah,
not as hard.
So what I was doing was I played through a relatively high amount on the difficulty above normal. So that was technically like the very hard.
Yeah.
Very hard. Then I got to that airship section and I was like, I can't do this. I can't. I dropped it down to normal. Then I still couldn't do it on normal. And I dropped it down to easy. Purely because of that section. It's like, because for example, like Wolfenstein Doom, it's all that like high caliber, like FPS play. It's
High
all like,
octane, yeah.
high octane. You're always moving, or like this, that, whatever.
I do find that. Can I give credit? Sorry, quickly with Wolfenstein 2. I feel like as long as I'm sprinting and sliding, I'm fucking smashing it and not getting hit as much. But I will admit as well, holy fuck, you have no health in this game compared to the original. I'm pretty sure the original you had 100, didn't you?
Yeah. That'll. Don't worry. Just continue playing.
Okie dokie.
Yeah,
Like,
because I
that
had the same. I
fucked
said
me
this.
off.
I had the same issue. Just continue playing.
Okay.
But
Okay.
that section, the airship section. Oh my god, dude! Like, it felt like standing up, like you just got damaged from standing up. Not like, oh, I can tell the direction of the bullets coming from, the whole like red
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
that pops up on your screen. Like, no, this was just like standing up is a death sentence. So
Okay.
you need to tell me when you get to that airship level because I want to see your experiences. I mean, they've lowered the difficulty, so it should be significantly
Yeah.
easier.
Well, I'm gonna quickly jump on to my next game now. And this is a game I've been meaning to play for a while, but I didn't get it when it first came out because, again, it got a very negative reception.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm gonna wait till it's on sale. And it was on sale for like $29. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna
Easy.
get it. And that was Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
That's.
Is
I
that
think
the
that's.
new-
Is that
That's
free on
the
PS
third one.
Plus
The
now?
third one.
It's
Yeah.
the-
So the
Okay.
first one was just Tomb Raider. The second one
Yeah.
was Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Oh, maybe that's the free one on PlayStation.
Yes, that is.
Yeah.
And the third one is Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Right.
And by the way, guys, I'm just gonna say it's free for PlayStation Plus members. If you've played the first one and you haven't played the second one, get it on PlayStation Plus if you can. The second one is fucking awesome. I love the
first
second
one
one.
was really good.
The first one was amazing. The second one, in my opinion, was even better. I loved the second one. Like, loved it.
Is it a direct sequel or is it just like this is her raiding a new tomb?
It's yes and no. Like, it's not like based right after, but there are things that come into play from the first game.
Right. So there's not like an overarching story of the
There
three
is an
games?
overarching story.
There is. Okay, cool.
There is, okay.
And that is pretty much the main villains.
Because that's what
Right.
sequels suffer from. Because
Yeah.
like they're especially in terms of Tomb Raider, where the whole concept is like
I don't find that to be a flaw though, because like you look at Uncharted, there's no overarching story, but each game is phenomenal within its story because it does it well. And like things obviously carry on that happened in the second game, like character relationships, but there's no overarching story.
that's a good point. That's a good.
I don't think that it necessarily needs an overarching story. If anything, I think that can sometimes be a detriment to a game like this. But there is an overarching story, and it is based around the villains. The villains are the overarching story, kind of.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's a good subject to have evolving.
Yeah, it's essentially just
As
big
long as it doesn't
evil
run dry.
corporation type, like fucking Illuminati shit. But anyway,
Yeah. Tell
the
us
third
your
one
opinions
was
of it.
received with some really negative reception. That it was very short, apparently, and like other criticisms that I don't remember. I'm not too far into the game. Like I've gotten I'm now in where the main game section is. I've just gotten out of kind of tutorial introduction of the franchise, introduction of the story type thing.
Okay. That
I'm
is.
really
It's one of those
enjoying
games
it.
that has really beautiful graphics, doesn't it?
It looks very pretty.
Yeah. Because this came out like 2016 around then.
No, later. I'm pretty sure it was
third one.
last year.
Really?
It came out 2018. Just
2018.
2018,
Oh,
end
okay.
of 2018
Much
then.
newer than I
Yeah.
thought.
First 2013, second 2015, third
Yeah.
2018.
Okay, yeah, the third one, it's still very recent.
Surprisingly, more development than the second one. More development time.
The second one's still the best one. I'm gonna say that for at least right now. Holy fuck, man, this game is enjoyable. But I was having such a good time, and I was going, I don't know what people are complaining about. And then I got to the first boss fight, quote unquote,
Yes.
and it's essentially two jaguars.
Hell yeah. Who doesn't like a little bit of kitty?
I mean, look, let's be honest. If you had to fight two jaguars, I think
wouldn't win.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you'd die.
No, but like,
I would be dead.
Who gives a fuck? Like, dude, in the shit that Nathan Drake and Lara Croft go through, two jaguars are like fucking mosquito bites compared to some of the shit they do.
What's their ship name?
Are you talking down on animals? You've just lost us our Goat Simulator sponsor, and I'm really upset.
But anyway, let's continue.
What's their ship name? What's Nathan and Lara's ship name? I feel like they'd be a good ship. Is it Nathara?
I really want to just give
you're
it a really
talking to a
shit
guy
one, though,
who
like
has no
Lathan.
Lathan.
Lathan. Oh my god.
or like Cake.
Wouldn't it be like Nara or something
Or
like that?
Craig.
Break.
Narathan.
Drock. Droft.
Oh my god.
Draft.
You've taken this too far.
Anyway.
I don't even know where I am anymore.
Anyway,
I'm lost.
I'm lost. Someone help me.
let's talk about this boss fight. So I got to this boss fight. First off, they actually did the introduction of the boss fight really well. I really enjoyed that. I was like, oh, I'm getting hyped. The boss fight
Beginning.
it essentially it turns into one jaguar is hiding, another one goes after you, you dodge it, you shoot it with your bow and arrows the entire time. And I was doing that, all that shit, and then out of fucking nowhere, they just stop moving.
Jaguar.
They stop moving.
They
and
stop
they're
moving.
running in place.
Ah, yes.
for
The
fuck's
most
sake.
realistic jaguar graphics.
And I was
And
like, shit. And so I'm just like,
physics.
okay, I'm just gonna use this little cheat and just start shooting them constantly.
Yeah.
I loaded over 20 arrows into them. They didn't die. So then I was like, what the fuck? And I'm doing headshots only. So I move forward to the jaguar. It finally moves again and hits me without me being able to dodge because it just fucking glitched and hit me. And then I turn around, I shoot it a couple more times. It stops. It's not even running anymore at this point and staying still. It's just standing there and growling every now and then. And then I was like, what the fuck? And then there's two of them frozen in spot now. They're both out and they're both frozen in spot.
maybe they want to be your
place.
friend, dude.
And I was like, what the fuck? Anyway, so I move to the other one, and then finally a cutscene starts, and I have to do some quick time events, and I finally kill one, and then the other one just grabs the dead body and walks away sadly. Literally, that's what happened, and I was like,
Did you
what
ever
you're
think-
telling me-
No,
what
you
you're
go.
telling me is that it's got poorer animal simulation than
Goat Simulator, yes.
Maybe they just wanted to be your friend, dude. They wanted to give up on their life of crime, and you've just killed one of them.
Motherfucker, they killed one of the characters just before that, so fuck that.
Maybe
Anyway.
they deserved it. I'm just gonna say, you know.
The poor dude was just a pilot.
Hey,
Yeah,
you
but
ride.
that's
If
where-
you ride
that's-
planes, you better expect some
That's where he
jaguars.
fails. He's the pilot. Everyone
Oh yeah,
knows.
Look, I
If you
didn't even
land
know
on
he
an
was. I
island-
thought he. Okay, so like, I'm just gonna jump into this. I thought he was already dead. So like, obviously, you crash land. The way you crash land is you go into a storm, then a piece of hail shoots through the fucking window, hits the pilot clean in the head. I thought he was dead. I was like, oh yeah, pilot's gone. Anyway, next minute we've crash landed. The two halves of the plane is split. And then you find like your gear, you pick it up, you find a radio, and the pilot's talking on the radio. I was like, wait, what? This
One of the
motherfucker's alive.
most-
So I had faith in him. I was like, well, he
Yeah.
survived a fucking hail, like giant piece of hail clipping him in the head. He's
Oh
got
my
it.
God.
He's you know what? Good character, that one. He's tough.
Yeah, tough
And then
carrot.
next time you see him, he's literally been eaten in half, and his guts are
I
hanging out.
couldn't even
But,
imagine
know.
that character. Like, oh geez, man, I'm so lucky I got at that one. All right, now I just gotta get home.
Fucking
Oh,
jaguar.
no!
Come on, you got it. That happens all the time.
Oh yeah, but I was just like, you could have just killed. I already thought he was dead. Like this wasn't a shock. I
Yeah.
thought he was already dead, and I just got told, "Oh yeah, I'm alive." And then 5 seconds later, he's dead again. Whatever.
The script had
I
demanded.
I had a really good time with the first one. I remember like playing it.
I love them, and I'm still liking this one. Like the gameplay's still enjoyable, but fuck, the AI is so stupid.
Yeah. See,
It's
I just
so
remember
fucking
having
dumb,
a
and
really
like
good
those
time.
glitches are just fucking retarded.
Yeah.
Like I got nothing other than it's retarded. But like I'm still to enjoy it. I enjoyed just like the second one really like spiced it up, and like you could do some like extra tombs and stuff that you could actually raid.
Is there parkour?
No.
0 out of 10.
Wait, did you say there's no parkour in Tomb Raider?
I know.
What?
Shame. Yeah, it's climbing mechanics.
Ah,
It's not parkour.
Oh, it's close.
I mean, I kind of think,
It's not close enough. Assassin's Creed is parkour.
yeah,
It's
I don't
like,
know.
You know, you jump up and down, you use some wall climbing. It's not fucking
I am-
parkour.
I am parkour.
I always thought Lara Croft was a parkour enthusiast. Not gonna
Yes.
lie.
Based off
Based off
The
her
movie.
jumping off cliffs
Tomb
and
Raider,
shit,
the
you
movie.
know.
based
Oh.
on her center of gravity, that made sense with her old game mechanics where she was very top heavy.
Yeah, with the triangular boobs. That's
Yeah.
right.
and imagine what she's going to look like in the Unreal and the new Unreal Engine with all those triangles.
Oh,
Man,
triangles.
that's a lot of triangles.
Anyway, look, that's the games I've been playing.
Yeah. And
Let's
a few throwbacks.
Let's go into some news stuff.
Oh, you want to
get
go into
into
the
some-
news?
Let's get into some serious shit.
Yeah, it's been a tough week. Well, it's been a tough year, I guess, for the gaming community. But
Mitchell, do you want to? Yeah, you're going to take the place for this one.
yeah, look, because my
Look, this is your knowledge. I don't actually know about this.
yeah. So I
At
wasn't
all.
actually in the know because I don't follow any of these sort of gaming niche communities, these specific
Yeah.
games and all that kind of stuff. But I was told by my Twitch community, and I did a bit of research on it. But yeah, first of all, really, really unfortunate for everyone involved, whether it be the gaming community, family, all that. Byron Bernstein, who's known by Rekful, very, very popular Twitch streamer, known for his World of Warcraft stuff. Yeah, he
World of Warcraft, did he play? Okay.
largely that's where most of his community
Okay.
is based around. Yeah, unfortunately, he actually has committed suicide, and has died at the age of 31. Really.
I did see that he committed
Yeah,
suicide.
I
I don't
saw-
know the reasonings behind it and what
See,
Well,
kind of triggered it.
he
I'm
has
assuming
a
it's an Oedipus situation.
he
Yeah,
has had past issues with depression
Yep.
and mental health, and he's been open about that. So
Yeah.
people, I guess, are drawing it up to that. There's
Yeah,
probably
see-
still an investigation going into it.
I actually saw a really, really bad video.
I was gonna say, I think I saw a video of him,
Yeah.
and it was like the
Yeah.
night before he did it,
Yeah, someone commented
and
in Twitch chat
a lot of
to-
chats were saying to do. A lot of people
Yeah,
in the chat were saying to
do
do
it.
it.
and he's like
Really?
actually sitting there being like,
You can
please
see
don't.
like in his
yeah.
face, like he's just.
He's like,
gutted.
please don't say that. Like,
How can you? I
Do you know how? Because they don't feel guilt. They're behind a keyboard. They're little keyboard warriors.
well, I
It's
hope they feel
disgusting,
guilt
like,
now. I hope they feel
It's-
horrible because it's
it's-
disgusting.
Anyone who's told somebody to go kill themselves, you're to blame. You are part of the problem. You're not the only thing to blame, but you
yeah.
are part of the problem.
There's no other
You
way
do
to
not-
say it than you are just scum.
I had this conversation with someone, and this was back when the Etika thing happened, and Etika killed himself. And people were back then. People were saying that he wouldn't do it, and that he was lying, and he was doing it for attention. I'm just gonna give a little tidbit of it. Hindsight being 2020, he fucking did it. But here's the thing: if someone is lying and they're doing it for attention, all that happens is eventually they'll either out themselves as doing it only for attention, and they'll get backlash for it, or no one will ever find out, and they'll have their moment of fame. If someone isn't lying and you're saying you won't do it,
That's
the outcome is
Yeah.
10 times worse,
You're practically
and someone will
supporting
actually
it. And,
do it.
oh,
yeah,
You know,
But-
the two outcomes, there is one that is a vastly better outcome versus someone's fucking death. You should never accuse someone of lying about shit like this. It's just, and
no.
no.
also
look,
just, you should never tell someone to do it. Even if you didn't know that they had mental health issues, you should never tell somebody to do something as disgusting as that.
No, but there was some really nice, I guess, stuff from his community after the news of this happening. It was confirmed by his girlfriend after some, I think she tweeted about it saying, confirming it all, and which is really upsetting. Can't even imagine what she's going through. So condolences to her and the family. But with the World at War community actually kind of banded together and paid tribute for him in World of Warcraft in a virtual cathedral. It was reported there was like dozens and dozens of them. It looked like there was a shit ton. I saw a photo of it. It was full. It was basically full.
Yeah.
So this was reported by Daily Mail. So if you want to read the article on that, you can read more information on it. But yeah, really, really sad stuff for Twitch community, World of Warcraft community, just gaming community, and everyone that knows him.
Just in general, it's a sad moment, not for any community.
It's for everyone, yeah.
Just in general, it is a horrible thing to know that someone has killed themselves. Just in general,
regardless of where they come from,
or how big they are,
it's a tragedy.
You know, especially look, Tolga and I have both dealt with mental health. And I know Mitch has as well. We've all dealt with mental health issues before.
Everyone does.
Everyone does.
You're not
it's
human.
Just to the extent.
You're not human if you say that you haven't. Like, everyone's had that thought where it's been like, what if, or like, why did this happen?
Of course. But if anyone's ever to the extent as this person,
well, even if it's not to that extent, go reach out.
Please, seek help. Like, I know it's
yourself.
hard to, but just go to a friend, talk to them.
It's
and you know what?
really hard. I can relate with people that find it really to struggle to talk to people about this stuff. It's such a brave thing to do, but I don't think it's as frightening as what people think.
No.
Yeah.
It's a lot more frightening. It's kind of like skydiving. The build-up is the scariest part. When you actually get to it,
you feel
very
so much
relieving.
better.
It's so relief.
Yeah.
It's so much relief.
And again, if people, for people to help you, you need to help yourself as well. So if there's anyone out there that's listening to this that does have any, mental health issues or going through stuff, please reach out, whether that be professional or just having someone to talk to. It can be as simple as that.
And just a note for everyone, like, guys, please just, we're all on the same planet. We're all the same people. We all we all struggle with our own things. Just love each other.
We're all on the same team. We're not built the same, but that doesn't matter. We're allowed to have different opinions.
Exactly. And just love each other. Spread positivity.
You don't have to support someone, but you shouldn't have to spread hate to get your point across.
Unless they're a criminal. But no.
Well, we'll get to that in a minute.
But like, obviously, there's no place in any community to want just anybody to just die because you want them to die.
Yeah, and I hope those people are held accountable.
Look, I don't think anyone should be subject to death.
Well, look, if there's an investigation going into this, the police will definitely look at that stream and those comments and track those people down.
Well, I mean, I don't know, because you look at again the Etika situation. I don't think there was much of a investigation.
It's online stuff. It's so
grey. It's so hard.
Because
it's cyberbullying, and there's laws against that now, and people can get prosecuted for that.
But like, for example, there's just things of like, what's to say that person was at the computer, like it's just a matter of
look, it's a very shit thing that it's so hard to.
We'll have to see.
I hope if they are able to fucking get every single one that contributed to those comments.
Of course.
But let's
I wouldn't get too hopeful with something like that.
Yeah, but let's move on, because unfortunately there's still some more bad news in the gaming community, and there is a broader picture to this, but I am going to narrow it down to stuff that's happened recently. This is to do with the Super Smash Bros community. They've been shocked and shaken by all these sexual misconduct allegations. There's some really like top Smash players, like at the top of their game in Twitch and everything, professional players. Such as Nero, D1, Keitaro, and Sinpai. So they've all been investigated into these claims, and like most of them like involve like underage people, minors and stuff, and it's just really gross. So most of these streamers, like,
well, what's the accusation? Let's just give it logically rather than
Well, they're all separate cases, but it's all sexual misconduct and getting fans to do stuff or sending stuff to fans inappropriate, or vice versa the other way.
Right. Yeah.
I don't have like all the details, so it's better if people want to look into this to look into it themselves and see what's been reported. This is just a quick overview of what's happening to let everyone know. Because as I said, I don't know everything. This is just what I know from what I've seen and what I've researched. So this majorly kind of what's the word I'm looking for? It involves 2GG Gaming, who represents or is represented by S2H, who had an earlier sexual misconduct investigation into him earlier in the year, but got a temporary ban, but was lifted after they couldn't talk to the victim's party, so they didn't have the evidence to go off. They also represent XX, Sinpai, as I said, Nero, Keitaro, D1. So a lot of these top players in this team have been outed for sexual misconduct, and a lot of people have come forward, and it's really bad. Like,
so it's kind of like, even if we don't see the evidence, there's so many people coming out.
There's a lot of people, and it's really, I think
it
really shakes that community.
This is still alleged, though.
Yeah, it is still alleged, so it's still out. But they've also actually, I'll get to it. They've actually confessed, and I'll read out their apology letters.
Never mind then.
Like they have nearly 450,000 followers on Twitch just between them, and I'm like, these are numbers that have happened nearly a week afterwards, so I'm guessing their numbers have gone down after the backlash. But massive influence in this gaming Smash Bros community. But on July 3rd, 2GG Gaming sent out an apology letter just addressing everything that's happened.
And so he admitted to it.
Well, 2GG Gaming is the team.
The team. Sorry, the team.
So that represents these people. So they haven't done it. They've had to react though because they're involved. And they've basically just said, as an overview, that it's none of this is tolerated. It's horrible. They've told people that have suffered from any like sexual misconduct to speak out against it, and they will stand with them. They're changing a lot of stuff, their laws and measures to deal with this.
It's that very stereotypical kind of PR speech of
but they're also changing stuff.
This one does seem a bit more genuine.
Yeah, it's 100% genuine in my opinion.
It is genuinely more. It is a lot more genuine. I will agree.
Yeah, and as I said with the S2H ban, when they lifted it, they said they did talk to the party's victim and have now effectively banned him and got him out. So that's justice there. But they've said they're going to.
They can get criminal
charges. Yeah.
If it is actual sexual harassment, or it is a charge, if the stuff that they've done is a chargeable offence.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's still ongoing, so this story will probably develop in the coming week.
It's the stereotypical thing of these people in these positions
abusing their power.
Because it was the same thing that happened with like what's his face, Pro Jared.
Well, they probably start this when they're kids and they haven't really grown up.
Look, one thing, with the Pro Jared one, he has kind of responded and kind of proven that he didn't necessarily do it to underage kids, but don't fucking do it with your fans.
Don't do it
with your fans.
Don't do it at all.
you're not meant to have that relationship with your fans.
No,
It's not
and
thing
the thing is, it is an abuse of power because they're going to want to please you. They
Yeah.
idolize you.
course.
You are their idol. So like, don't just don't fucking do it with your fans. And if you are going to do it with your fans, don't do it with questionably aged fans at least.
Yeah.
Like Christ.
question.
All
You
right.
have to question, then you know you should not be there in the first place.
Yeah.
And then if you question it and they say, "I am younger," yeet the fuck out.
Couldn't have
Like,
been
how did
better,
that
man.
not stop you?
Yeah. Now,
Fuck me.
just going on, we won't get too aggressive into this.
Let's lighten up the.
No.
Continue.
But
Well, I've got one as well that I want to talk about after Mitchell.
yeah, just let me get through all this. All right. So, as I said, they were changing measures and they were implementing new safety measures, including revised alcohol and parental consent regulations for all that stuff. So they, as I said, genuinely really changing stuff. There's a third party consulting team that'll come in to regulate all this and investigate this sort of stuff, so things don't fall through cracks, I suppose. On July 2nd, so a day before 2GG's post, Katero posted a apology on Twitter, and quote, it says, "To clarify, this was 100% my fault regardless of what happened. Feel free to screen cap as I may deactivate soon. Sorry to everyone I failed with this terrible decision. If I must suffer consequences, then I'll take it. Gonna be moving out the loft soon too. Goodbye, everyone." So that's his apology. There was also another apology by Nero, who's also involved, obviously, stating how apologetic he was, with also making people carry, like he was making people carry the burden of like secrecy for years. So obviously this hasn't been going on for a short time in his eyes, it sounds like. And he'll be taking time off, obviously quitting for self-reflection and to seek professional help. So yeah, for his sake, I hope that the help helps and he gets a real education.
I hope it does, but from how past experience is, it doesn't fucking work.
Yeah.
I really would love to hope so, but
Yeah, we'll see. But that's the bad news. That's the
well,
news.
I've got some more bad news.
Go for it. Yeah, while we're on it, let's hit ourselves harder.
Fucking week of shit times. Well, this is like from actually a couple weeks back as well. It started like a week ago, if not longer. But because we obviously weren't doing gaming last week, we didn't have a chance to talk about it. Ubisoft has also faced some allegations.
Yeah.
Members of Ubisoft, some higher ups in the Toronto team of Ubisoft.
Okay.
The two that I'm talking about today are Maxime Bellend, and I will not be able to spell their name, say their names properly, most likely. Oh no, these ones aren't too hard. And then Tommy Francois. Look, they've both been actually fired, from what I've gathered.
Is this before a jury has like given a verdict?
Ubisoft went into investigation, and one has at least resigned.
Right. So with that, you can
Maxi
kind of imagine that.
Well, look, I'm gonna just go into some of the accusations, at least from Bellend's one. So he was accused of so there was a lot of things he was accused of, but one of them was choking a woman after he became drunk.
Yeah.
Then Francois has also been accused of kind of pressuring females into sex, new female colleagues, and also being a bit touchy.
Yeah. Sexual misconduct.
Yeah. Well, and
assault.
Borderline. And assault. No, this is assault and physical assault as well. Sexual and physical.
Yeah.
And it's fucking disgusting. Again, it's disgusting. I don't know what to say. And I think it's really kind of shady that pretty much I think it was like a day or two after all this came out, Ubisoft was proud to announce their new Battle Royale, Hyperspace, and literally all the news articles just got flooded with, instead of it being Ubisoft sexual misconduct. Quite luckily,
I guess they were trying to control the PR.
Battle Royale is now out.
Uh,
Exciting. Now, obviously, I'm not saying that they definitely did that.
no, but I
But
mean,
it's
as a
very
business
suspicious
side of
timing. Like,
things,
it's fucking
yeah.
suspicious timing. Don't get me wrong. They're clearly doing stuff, but
Yeah.
like this is clear. Again, it's not like one person has come forward. These are multiple people coming forward. Like, I do not believe for a second that not one had come forward earlier to HR. It is just now that it is a big thing to not have this in your companies.
It's too big
As
to
soon as it
hide
gets
now.
called out, you kind of have to now. I think it's embarrassing that it got to the point of, oh, now we're just forced to. You know, it's just Look, it's fucking disgusting.
Well, yeah,
like,
especially if
there's not
they've
much
been
to talk about.
working at these communities. I mean, at these companies for a long time. They would have, there's a camaraderie and loyalty in these companies if they've been there for a while, and it really, people do start to support that kind of secrecy, even though they know it's wrong, and it's just wrong.
Even like, just from the standpoint of, it's fucking hard to talk up to a boss.
It is.
It fucking is. Like,
So hard, and especially
Well,
if you're
no,
a friend
because-
of these people, and you're basically selling them out, even though you know what they've done is so
I
wrong.
think you like. It's not that, but it's just like, even from the abused or the victims' standpoints, it is so hard to reject what a boss says. Just
No,
in general.
of course, because there's an element of blackmail,
Yeah,
like
it's clear.
the-
It's like they've got control of my job.
yeah, exactly, like the simple one being, if I don't do this,
I
I'm
could-
fired, I lose my
Right.
job. Yeah,
it's just, again, it's that abuse of power. It's disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. That's all that we kind of can say on it. How
Yeah.
long are we at in time, Mitch?
We're about an hour in, my friend.
An hour in. Okay.
Yeah, we
I
can
think
kind
we
of move
could,
away from this serious stuff if you want.
Look, I
Yeah.
think we keep it a little shorter this episode. I
Yeah.
do have a game still,
Yeah.
but if there's anything else anyone wants to talk about, I actually I wouldn't mind talking about some of the stuff we got about Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh,
if
what
either
came
of
out?
you-
I'm not aware of this.
Well, look, they did their little conference because we're obviously going through the Summer Games stuff at the moment.
Right.
I'm going to be honest, I'm struggling so much to try and keep up to date with it. I don't like how it's being done. Like, it's being kind of spread out over such a long period of time. I do kind of miss E3 for that 1 week.
I mean, it's
Like,
it's
in
all-
1 week, you get 4 fucking conferences done. You
yeah,
know,
it's a bit disjointed, probably because of the whole corona.
well, I mean, it's not just that. It's they're purposefully spreading things out,
yeah,
and it is, and like, again, I think this was a great idea to do, and I think, like, hats off to Jeff Keighley for coming up with it. But I don't know. I'm just kind of like, I just would love just for like 3 or 4 days of just mass watching live streams, and I'm done. I know everything. It's so hard to try and keep up to date. I'm not up to date at all. But I did watch the Cyberpunk 2077 one, and
neither am I. I mean, I haven't really been paying too much attention, purely because I sort of know, like, if there's something I know that I want to play or eventually,
you're gonna play it anyway. You don't want to look too much into it.
that, and like, if something's announced, I know I'm gonna be at, like, I know I'm gonna find out about the information,
Sure,
like,
yeah.
for it.
But it's a bit of a shame. Like, I normally love finding out about new things, like new small things, but I'm getting nothing on it, and like the like videos that I'm finding, I'm just so fucking confused. But I did watch, like I said, the Cyberpunk 2077 Night City stream, and they didn't show a crap ton. They did another trailer, and it was like filled with some really cool stuff, and it all looked like there was so much going on. And they kind of dropped this bomb of, so yeah, this is like the first 3 missions of the game. These are all things only from the first 3 missions of the game.
Oh shit.
And everyone was, I know when I saw that, when I heard that, I was like, oh my god, there's going to be so much to do.
Yeah, sounds like.
And I was so excited.
Have they? What was their updated release date?
It's
from the se-
November now.
They haven't got a specific date, just somewhere in November.
I think it was 18th.
18th. Okay.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's November 18th. It was a definite. There was a numbered date though.
Yeah.
But anyway, they showed it seemed like there was so much going on, and they just answered a lot of questions that I thought were really interesting. Like, for example, at the beginning of the game, the character creation is fucking crazy.
How big can you make your penis?
Very big, but we're not getting into that. You can even choose whether or not you have a circumcised penis.
Oh,
Wow,
yes.
nice.
Right?
That's what
Virgin.
every gamer wants.
This is what I need.
This might be better than Goat Simulator.
Or, I
Well,
mean,
no, that's a big claim, man.
well, to be
I'm
fair, you
assuming
can't circumcise the goat's penis.
yet.
Yet.
Simulator,
Maybe
you
there's a
can take the
DLC
side
coming
penis.
out. Fingers crossed.
But no,
Take it to the next
this
level.
game, this game, they answered a question that I thought was very interesting. And that is, there are you can choose like kind of three options when you begin your game, and it's like your backstory almost. And it's like street rat, nomad, and corpo. And it's essentially the three different ones is, you're a street kid. You're a kid that grew up in the streets in the city. A nomad is kind of a kid that grew up on the outskirts in the wasteland, which is like kind of the district outside of the city. So kind of like the Mad Max area of the game. And so you're very good at, and it kind of changes kind of your space stats and stuff like that as well.
Guess
and
what I'm fucking choosing, boys.
Well, and then there's corpo, which is you grew up in the rich parts of town. Your family was well off.
Guess what I'm choosing, boys.
Street rat.
Nah, fucking nomad. You're wrong.
Nah, I wouldn't choose nomad.
I choose nomad.
That's good for you.
Well, that's
Anyway,
the thing about this game, Andrew. You can pick whatever
can
the
do
fuck
whatever
you
you
want.
Other people have opinions, Andrew.
We're all on the
you
same
have the wrong one.
team.
Anyway, I think it's really interesting because not only is it just like, you just have a different backstory, or like some extra skills. It actually changes how you start the game. Each part of the game, each starting is different. So you'll start in the wasteland suburb if you choose the nomad, and you'll have missions based around there.
Right.
Or if you choose a street rat, again, same thing. And then corpo, again, same thing. The beginning missions will change slightly.
If you do street rat, will you just do the opening scene from like Aladdin?
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome.
No, don't. You'll be copyright claimed. No.
Street rat.
Disney, please. No, Disney.
Disney, sponsor us, dude. We're family friendly.
Or you could do that.
Disney sponsor us. Marvel sponsor us. Someone sponsor us. I've had a long day. I'm so tired.
Pornhub, I will take your sponsor.
Subway, sponsor us. Come on.
What are you doing?
I don't want to associate with Jared from Subway.
Anyway,
this entire podcast has been an absolute roller coaster.
Emotional drive.
Anyway, this cyberpunk stuff. I think that's a really cool thing because that gives so much replayability just in the beginning, and it changes the way you talk to people is different.
Yeah.
Which one would you choose, Mitch?
Probably street rap.
See, I love the idea of corpo because you're going from a rich background and you hate it.
All right.
And so you've decided, fuck that. I'm going to now become a mercenary. I don't want to be in this world.
Well, we can all play these different things, then put our characters together and have a battle royale and see who's better.
I think the interesting is you can do any of it.
Yeah. And I think because
you can replay it, that adds so much replayability.
People can get really immersed into this sort of game, especially with the character customization being so in depth. You can make a new character, and it's going to be totally different to what you did the first time.
And this game just looks so It's so massive. I'm so
Yeah.
excited.
Can we just appreciate Keanu Reeves?
I mean, always, yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean,
What this time? What should we talk about Keanu now? Biceps, quads, neckline,
his beard.
Majestic hair.
the beard. We want to talk about the beard.
Yeah, we got a weird hair thing going on in the podcast, apparently.
I want to see Keanu's hair, but I want it to be from The Last of Us 2's physics.
Oh my god.
Come on, CD Projekt. Give me some majestic hair physics.
Yeah, give me that beard wind.
Yeah, and then
that
give you a
beard.
comb just to brush it.
So, do you know what? Let's get into the game. Let's just finish this off. Let's get into the game, guys.
All right, yeah, hit us with it.
Okay, so this time it's highest rated games of all time. I'm using Metacritic.
Oh no,
And it's similar to that.
it's
top
not the.
15
Is it
high
the?
selling. I'm just going to give you a game and you're going to guess.
Is it the critics or user?
It's the critic score.
Cool.
Oh, God,
La-
this is gonna be terrible.
Last of Us 2.
No, just
Damn.
wait.
Okay.
Anyway, so
Later.
it's top 10 this
Okay.
time, not 15.
Top 10.
I'm going to give you random ones and you're just going to guess.
Okay.
Good luck, Tolga.
So is it the top like 10, or is it just random ones that like random game?
Well, I'm going to
search?
give you random ones within the top 10. And I'm just going to say a game and you're going to guess where it is. Same as last.
May
Yeah.
the best lad win.
May the best guesser win.
Just someone want to keep tabs as well because
Oh, I got some sticky notes open. Let's do that. Ah.
Sticky me.
All right.
Okie dokie.
So, Tolga. Me.
Awesome.
I love the dynamic use of your vocal cords.
I'm an actor.
Anyway, let's start with something. This will be interesting. Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
Oh, it's hard when I don't know what else is on the list. Jeez, that's a hard one.
I bet you it's like fuck. I
Yeah.
bet you from the critic it's like 68. Cause I
No, they love Nintendo.
oh, do they?
I'm pretty sure they love Nintendo.
I don't know. 83. Fuck it.
You're not guessing the number.
What am? Oh, I'm
You're
guessing place.
Yeah.
I'll guess
If you
two. I'll guess
the number
two.
correct as well, you get an extra point.
I'll guess 96 and number 2. I don't know. No, 99 and number 2.
I'll guess like.
Oh, actually, was it perfect? I don't fucking know, dude.
I'll give it like.
Who plays
8.
Nintendo?
I'll give it like 83, and I don't know. I'll give it number 5.
So, Mitch, you chose number 2 and 96, yeah?
No, I changed it to 99.
99, okay. And Tolga, you said number 5. So Tolga's closest in the rankings, but Mitchell, you're closer in the ratings. So Mitchell, you don't get a point though.
I disagree.
But Tolga, you get the point, and it is 9th.
9th? I thought it was... Okay.
Yeah.
So, it was rated... What was it rated?
97.
So it was rated 97, but it was 9th on the list.
Yes.
This is gonna be so hard.
You know what? I'm just gonna get rid of the ratings thing. We're just gonna.
yeah. Just go to the ranks. Keeps it simple.
Red Dead 2.
So this is their ratings of it. Where
No,
does
the
it...
ranking. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, they're ranking. How have they ranked it? 5.
I don't know.
What are you gonna do, huh? What are you gonna do? Pick a number, bitch. Pick a freaking number.
How much was it? Okay. I don't know. What was Zelda?
9.
The one was 9.
I can't believe that. Even as a non-Nintendo player.
6.
And what did you choose, Mitch?
Fiv.
Tolga, you win again. It's number 7.
Oh, this is biased. Metacritic changed their rankings just for this. They were like, Mitchell's gonna pick 5. Let's push it back a couple.
Okay,
Alright.
here we go.
Metacritic sponsor us.
Soul Calibur 1.
Wait, what?
Soul Calibur 1.
I don't even
Soul
fucking know.
Calibur 1?
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh my god,
Soul-
I don't know. I've never
I should
played
know
it.
this.
I don't know
Dude,
it.
that's old.
I don't
Yeah,
know
what do, you,
it.
what do you think?
When did that even come out?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, let's throw a number. Fucking. Oh, if there's an old game, it's gonna be high. I'm gonna put it at 3. Oh, or is it? No.
Over?
No, fuck it.
Oh.
I'm putting 4. 4 is my
Breath
final
of the
answer.
Wild was 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
I reckon this is.
There has to be a high one. Stay away from my number, Tolga.
I reckon it's like an 8.
Yeah, that's right. You
Mitchell, spot on. 4.
Hell yeah!
Oh.
I get 2 points. We're now even. I control the notepad.
I feel like Judge. I feel like you need to step in here. Like,
Third umpires come in. It's all right. It's
No,
okay.
Mitchell, you're just on 1 point.
Fuck you. All right.
Okay. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2.
Oh,
why are these games so damn obscure?
10. I'm gonna put 10. Oh, it was so popular though. Never mind. I'm gonna whatever.
It was pretty popular, Mitchell.
Yeah. Well, no shit. They're all popular. Saying that's a
I
bit
don't know.
obsolete.
Nah, maybe it's an 8.
Oh no, I'm gonna lose because I said 10. What if it's 9? No, it can't
It's
be 9.
number 2. Tolga.
No
Yeah,
way.
that's trash.
Yeah.
That's like trash.
I'm really doing the strategy wrong. I need
Okay,
to be.
you gotta remember, Pro Skater was like one of the biggest
Pro
PS2
Hawk
games.
Simulator. The sequel to Goat Simulator, Pro Hawk Simulator.
But no, like Pro Skater 2 was one of the biggest PS2 games of its time.
No,
It was massive.
yeah, but like just in this day and age, like when is
I
a
cannot
skate
believe that.
game appraised?
No, but this isn't even like how many units were sold. This is ranking.
This is critic ranking.
Like that's
It's just
incredible.
overall critics ranking.
Good
Okay.
work. Good work, Tony.
None of
Sponsor
these.
us, Tony.
Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
1.
That's
1. 1.
all right. We heard you, mate.
It's 1. Putting 1.
I'll go with 3.
No, I'm gonna lose again.
Mitch, you won that one spot on one.
I should get another point. Just saying.
It's
It's 2 from 2, baby.
Perfect score. It is a 99.
I'm either wrong or I'm spot on.
Listen,
Okay.
mate. You've only gotten 2 right. All right. Chill out.
Nah, man. I'm
If you
elite.
got them all spot on, then maybe we'd give you double points.
Maybe I'd get sponsored then.
Super Mario Galaxy.
6.
Nah, I reckon like have we had 4? Yeah, we've had 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have we had 5?
No.
Oh, I'll go with 5.
Ooh,
Tolga, you win.
you're a piece of shit.
It is
I mean,
5.
good work, man. Good work. That was good.
Oh, I just have double points. I got it on the number.
what was it ranked?
It was
5.
ranked number 5.
I was 1 off. Boo.
Let's go spice it up with the sequel of Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario Galaxy 2.
6.
Oh my god! Out of nowhere? What is that name?
6.
So we've had 1, we've had 2, we haven't had 3. We've had 4, we've had 5. Haven't had 6. Have we had 7?
We've had we haven't had 6, we've had 7,
It's 7 and 10.
8 or 9.
So 7 and 10 are the ones we haven't had.
No, we've had 7 and 9, sorry. We haven't had 8 or 10.
Okay, so 8,
Oh.
10, 6 or 3.
And okay, I said 6. Yeah.
8, 10, 6 or 3. Oh, see, I kind of want to say 6 too.
No, you don't.
Just to make it spicy.
Yeah.
Even though I genuinely
A little
do
bit of
think
nerd
it's
spice
6.
on there.
Yeah, a little bit of NerdSpice. Goron Spice. Hashtag Zelda. Hashtag.
Ha!
Give us a number.
I was
It
3.
was 6, so you
3.
both earn a point.
Oh, 6. Okay,
Oh,
cool.
wait. Did you decide on 3?
Yeah.
No, I think it's 6, but I was gonna say 3 just to.
Did you just save him a point? This is rigged. Nah, this is rigged.
You can give him the point.
It's a pity point.
I'll
It's
give
a
Mitch the point.
Huh?
I thought Tolga had decided, but I'll give Mitch the point.
Give
Jeez.
Mitch the point. 'Cause I
These
was just-
judges have
gonna
been
finish
paid
it.
off.
So how? I'm giving you the point, motherfucker. Sit down. Okay.
It's in there.
It's just a game, guys.
GTA
Such a
5,
weak mindset.
guys.
Oh my god! I swear to God,
Yeah,
if this is 3,
10.
I will stab someone.
I'll go 10.
I want to say it's.
It's so popular.
I want to say it's 8, but if it's 3, I'm gonna kill someone.
Make a decision. Mitchell, what did you decide?
I think I'm going 10.
I'm,
Okay.
I'm saying 8.
Tolga, you're spot on. Hey,
It's too popular to be 10.
Yeah, they're all popular. That's the thing.
GTA 4.
Oh.
Choice between 3 and 10.
10.
Yeah, I reckon it's 10.
You're both deciding that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Therefore, we
Well,
both by
say
default.
neither of you get a point. It's number 3.
Oh, well, I guess that's GG. That's the game then.
Well, let's tell you what's 10. It's Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3.
Oh
But
my
can you
god!
guess the rating? Whoever guesses the rating.
90.
What do you mean?
Two
Who's?
points.
How many points has?
Actually,
has
no,
Mitch
top
got?
10. 95.
How much has? How many points does Mitch have?
I have 3.
How many do I have?
You have 5. 1, 2.
Yeah, so there's a clear
Okay.
winner. Why the fuck we doing this?
Whoever gets chooses the rating of Tony Hawk's will get 3 points. If no one gets it right, Tolga wins.
95.
96.
97.
Oh! Alright, I'm gonna go fucking. Oh.
Mitchell, that was a good game. Nice, strong game. Good
I
work,
think I
buddy.
got 3 for 3.
Yeah, well, you know, yeah.
Well, if Leon would fucking come and actually do a podcast and do the game that he's supposed to do, I'd love to play, but I can't.
Yeah. You might have to remind him he's forgotten after all this
Oh,
time.
he 100% has forgotten. I can tell you that. If he just come on today, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, so what's the game you got, Leon?"
He'd be like, oh,
Crickets.
oh.
Absolute crickets. So let's finish this off.
Let's wrap it up. Do your thing, old Andy
Finish
boy.
it with tortilla and wrap it up. Okie dokie. Old El Paso, will you please sponsor?
All right, add that to the list of sponsors. I'll send out letters. This week.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Jesus.
Okie dokie. So,
Lifetime tacos.
thanks for listening, guys. Again, this is the 4th episode. We will also have the spoiler discussion that Tolga and I had over The Last of Us Part 2 coming up around the same time as well. But no, guys, thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed, even though it was a bit more somber today. Look, I do want to finish this off with, again, just another solidification of, if anyone is dealing with issues with their mental health, please do seek some help. Even if it is just with a friend.
Yeah.
Fighting somebody, bottling it in is really tough, and I do hope you do find the help that you need.
Also, if anyone, I really hope not, but if anyone's been in any case of sexual misconduct, please speak up, because
Yes, of course.
yeah, you shouldn't have to live with that, and you will not be alone. So
No,
speak out as
yes,
well.
please.
Be nice to each other. Love each other.
Yeah.
Be considerate. Just
Yeah, I think that's the best way to end it off. And
Yeah, give us your catchphrase, big boy.
well, let's do it in 3, 2, 1. You've been
Nerd
Spice.
Spice.
Very-
why is it always the third person that's so crap, Andrew? Why, like,
Dude, I'm sorry, everyone was crap in that one.
I went for a dramatic, like, longevity spice.
Mitch,
Yeah.
on my end, you and Mitch were actually in sync.
Oh. Well, it's my end that matters. All right. Thanks, guys. See you next podcast.
See ya.